Greetings from Las Vegas. I'm here with my 2025 Triumph Scrambler 1200 XE, and I'm getting ready to put on a thunder. We have actual storms. We have storms in Vegas today. So this is a luggage rack that I'm going to mount to the rear. I don't know, something like that. I'll figure it out. So this is from a company called Givi, G-I-V-I, and it's an Italian company. I've said this before, I'm pretty sure they are Triumph's OEM partner, the company that makes Triumph branded luggage. When you go, you buy it at the dealer and it's Triumph on the top cases and panniers and stuff. I think it's these guys that make it. And I like the fact that it's still kind of a semi-retro look to it. It's black, I like that. And you can still mount, they have something they call mono key for a luggage system. You can still attach a plate to this that will allow you to then take their whole line of mono key cases and just snap them on with a single key. And mono key being you can get a single key like with a lot of luggage systems that will work for multiple bags. I don't really think I'm ever going to have much more on this than a little tail bag. So that's all there is to it. So the instructions say something about, it's really just parts list. And I went through and we have all the parts. You need a spanner, a hex key, a socket, a Torx T27, and a level. That's it for page 1 and 2. So all the instructions are right here on a single page. A, B, C, D, D1. So that's it. And then what they want you to do is when this thing is finished mounting, they want you to put a level on it. And if it's not level, then you remove the fender and put a bunch of shims in or something to level it out. Well, guess what's not going to happen? I'm not going to worry about that part because if it's not quite, whatever, we'll see. I don't know. I'll say that and then I'll get picky eventually if it's not level and change it. But I'm only going to have a little, like I say, a little tool bag back here basically. So to get started, we remove the seat. Super easy on this one. I'll put this over here out of the way where it's safe. And then we have to remove the plastic cover here that covers the battery and the little phone case piece. So that is 3 little bolts here. Had these off earlier today. I should have just left them off, but it's okay. Stuff all comes out pretty quick. And then we assemble some of the bracket components together. And then bolt them to the bike and it's done. This is actually pretty simple from the looks of it. This thing is steel though, it's not aluminum, so it's pretty heavy. But the whole bike is not exactly a featherweight. Okay, the 3 bolts are out, then this piece just lifts right out. Super easy. I'll put this over by the seat for safekeeping. Then they want us to assemble. We have some, I'll pull this up here. We have these 2 bracket components that need to be attached to the end with these pieces facing down and the bend towards the inside. Okay, So they have two longer ones that are number threes. The number they list on here, they have a 60 millimeter, a 45, 60 millimeter, 45 millimeter, 25 millimeter M8, and 25 millimeter M6. So these are the ones that we're using for this step. Put those over there. And number 8, so these are going to be the locking washers, the silver ones. Okay, and then we're also using the regular washers. So it's, the camera's right there. So 2 bolts, locking washer, regular washer, and I'm going to put some thread lock. They don't call for it, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. And this just goes into the end of this bar. Then we repeat on the other side. And I'm not going to do these. I'll do them snug but not tight, and I'll tighten them up once everything's lined up. There, they're snug. That's it for step C. So there are only 5 steps. A, remove seat. B, remove internal plastic cover. C, mount these brackets to the end. D is line it up, and then D1 is attach everything. I mean, that's it. So they make it look like you come down underneath this stuff and in this way. Is this right? Oh, okay. It looks like that is going to go there with a standoff. And this is going to go there. Okay, I see where it's supposed to go. There are 4 main mount points, and that's it. So it's not just going to magically float there while you get the bolts handled. So you have to remove the old ones, the previous ones first. So let's see, we need to remove this. No, that's not one of the dimensions that were mentioned in the instructions. Come on, Italian instruction people. But yeah, essentially it's these two bolts get removed. They get replaced with longer bolts with standoffs, and we're good. But right from the start, you don't have to. There we go. This is a 6. Boy, you can really hear the thunder outside. And these are all going to need their own little plastic baggie. In case I ever want to remove the rack, I have all the original bolts identified. Okay, so in the back we need spacer 12, which is the 16 millimeter spacer standoff. So there are 2 different sizes of spacers. There's 16 and 23 millimeter length. So we're going to use the shorter ones in the rear. They just fit right in there. And what goes with it? Bolt 3, bolt 4. 3 is the longer one, and that goes up front. Bolt 4 is the 45 millimeter version. So what is 8? 8 is another one of the lock washers. 7 is another one of the normal washers. That's it. I guess the hardest part is going to be doing this with just one person because I should have phoned a friend on this one. So standoff plus there we go. So I've been struggling with this rascal thinking, man, is it not the right fit? Is something going on? And I think what I did, it looked like in the instructions that these little brackets that attach were supposed to be facing down from the earlier panel in the instructions, but then when you look at it actually being set onto the bike, they're up. So I think my whole problem was I had these were reversed on the wrong side. So I've been fighting with it for a little while now. So let's see if, well, let's go with the rear side ones again. If everything lines up properly now, using the brackets that I think are now in the correct orientation. Yeah, it already looks better. This would be a good one to do with a helper. Get in there. There you go. Wow. The struggle was real with this one. First off, I had these, and ultimately it's 4 bolts. It's just swapping out 4 bolts where the grab handle is. That's it. There's just 4 bolts to mount this to the bike. You're swapping out the original bolts with slightly longer ones to accommodate the extra thickness and the standoffs for this thing. It's really quite simple. And then of course there's 2 more. Okay, so there's 6 bolts, and then there's 2 more that attach these little end brackets to the main frame or the main rack. And I thought I had them on the right sides, but apparently I didn't. So when I switched them, that improved things. But by then, I think I cross-threaded this one mounting point back here a little bit, and that's where I was really struggling. And then it's fine now. I got it through, but it's on there. That thing is, it's rigid. So I'm going to put the little plastic cover back in, the battery cover here, put the seat on, and then we'll take a look at it, finished product, and then I'm not gonna mount my tail bag yet because I'm taking this in for service in the morning. I don't want to leave it there, but I'll put it on so we can see what it looks like. Let's check it out. All right, a little internal battery cover is in. Let's grab the seat. There we go. So there we have it. There's the side view with the, let me see from the camera's angle. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Tail light is still visible. No problem there. It's actually more space than I thought there would be. That's good. And then I want to look at the tail bag I have. That's my little OGO tail bag. I got this from Cycle Gear a few years ago. I used to have this on my Husky 701. And look at that. That's just going to fit perfectly right there. And I can still put a passenger on if I need to. I don't really intend to, but I always look at it. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you come across somebody that needs help, I leave the passenger pegs on, and I like to leave the back seat open so you can always help somebody out if they're ran out of gas or bike broke down or they got injured, whatever, and they need to get back somehow. So that's still available. Plus, you can always move yourself back and forth. But let's see from the side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. I'll get my tools in here. First aid kit, air pump, raincoat, tire pressure gauge, water bottle, whatever. Heck, this one might even be big enough. I might even be able to put my drone in here as well so I don't have to strap that to the seat. So this was a bear, but I think it was self-imposed. Ultimately, this should have been somewhat simple when you consider that we're only dealing with 4 mount points and a couple of brackets to attach. So typically this should have been a quick one. I will edit this down so it's a quick one for you because you do not want to stare at all the dumb old man stuff of me sitting here fidgeting with this for the last little while. But I like the end result. I'm super satisfied, and we will see what comes next. Probably I need crash bars. I haven't decided which ones of those. Probably from, what is it called? Unit Garage, I think. Another place in the UK. They have some nice lower crash bars that are black. I want to go with black ones. And I don't know about the front windscreen. And then that might be it. I don't know. What do you think about this? There's a chain guard is plastic. These guys, what's the name of them again? Iconic Parts. They make, I think it's Iconic Parts, makes a metal chain guard that you can replace your plastic one with. Is that just unnecessary or is that smart? I don't know. We'll see. I might do it just because I like supporting those little shops, and the more they can come up with, the better. So that will do it. I'm going to wrap it up and go spend some time on the couch. And if you enjoy this, if you get some use out of this, if this helps to let you decide if this might be the one you would like to add to your Scrambler, and you'd like to see more of these Scrambler videos, then don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next one, drive carefully and come back soon. And thanks for watching all the way to the end.